Okay, now we're moving on to the next page, which is our little flap, and we want to make a card that goes on the inside. So I want you to cut a piece of card that is 3 3/4 by 4.5 inches. Okay, and that's about that size. It slots in nicely. Now I've actually rounded the corners on this one just to give it a bit of a finish, and then I've cut a little piece of ribbon, cut it in half, folded it in half, and then attached it with a brad to the front here. Okay, and then on the back, to cover the back of the brad, I've stuck a sticker on 3D tape there, and then I've also it was a journaling panel that I had, and I've just stuck that to the back there. Okay, so you can write some notes on there. But what I want to do with the front of this is I would like to make a photo mat. So you're also going to need to cut a piece of white card or paper at 3 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Okay, and we're going to stick that as a photo mat on here. Okay, just to match, we're going to round the corners with a corner rounder, like that. And I'm just going to slide that under the brad slightly and the ribbon, like that. And I'm using double-sided tape today. And that's ready to just slot into a page like that. Okay, now what else we're going to do is we're going to decorate the front of this panel just to add a photo panel. And so you'll need to cut a piece of white card, 3 1/2 inches by 2 1/2 inches, and that's just simply going to get placed on there like that. Okay. So apply some double-sided. I wanted to add a little sticker to it. This one says Best Friends. I'm actually making this for my daughter for her best friend's birthday. So there you go, it's starting to sort of take shape. Okay. Now we turn this over and I'm just going to leave that side blank. Okay, now to decorate our next page, we're going to do some banners, I guess. Now, what you're going to need to do, first of all, is cut some papers. You just want to get 3 coordinating papers. I've got, with the small polka dots, a green, a pink and a blue. And from the green, I cut 3 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch square. Okay, and then with the pink, I did 4 1/2 inch by 2 inches. And then with the blue, I did 4 inch by 1 inch. Okay, now there are our papers, and what I did to cut the little triangle in, a neat trick to do, is to actually bend your paper like that. Don't fold it, but just kind of hold the edges, and then you trim it, and then you just unfold it, and the fold seems to disappear. Okay, and I've applied thin double-sided tape to the back of all those. Another thing you'll need is a piece of ribbon, about 4 1/4 inches, again something that matches. And I've got 2 little gems, okay, that are there. All right, now to construct this page, it's going to look like this. With these 2 here, this on top, and then the ribbon. All right, so first thing we want to do is remove all the double-sided tape from the back. About there. Okay. Oops. We want this one to be next to it but not touching it. So around about there. Then the green one needs to go along the same edge and cover the 2 like that. Okay, And then we're going to follow that by popping the ribbon across the top. Now, not right at the top, just down a little bit, like that. And then we just want to get some glue on these dots. And place them right about there. And the ribbon. And then we have our next page. Now, one other thing you might like to do is give a little bit of dimension to these, which is probably easier done before you pop them on. But if you're like me and you forgot, just kind of lift up the edge, give a little roll with something round. Just gives a little bit of dimension to your page. And on second thoughts, I cut a piece of yellow in the polka dot. I think that looks better because it sort of ties it together a little bit more. So I'm going to attach that one as well. There we go. Another spread done. Okay, next thing we're going to be decorating this page, and this one's quite simple. I basically found a tag that I had, put a brad in it, and I've stuck some thick double-sided tape, and I'm just going to pop that there. And then I've cut a square of paper, or almost square, 3 1/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. I'm just going to pop that there. Okay, so that's just a pretty straightforward page. I'll just do that. Alright, now we're going to be decorating the envelope next. Your measurements will vary because the envelope is varied in size. The envelopes are varied in size. So the pieces I've cut out, I've just cut out a mat to go on the top of that, and that's 4 inches by 3 1/2 inches, just to completely cover that mat. And I've also cut out a piece 5 1/2 by 4 1/2, and that fits comfortably inside my envelope. If I can get it in there. It does anyway, trust me. There we go. Alright, fits in there with a bit popping out. Okay, now just to add a bit of dimension to this, I've actually drawn a bit of a scallop on here. I'm just going to cut that out by hand. If you have a punch, of course, you can punch it. There you go, just gives it a bit more of an interesting edge. Just made a bow out of a little bit of ribbon. I'm just going to glue that on there. Alright, and then again I've just found another panel that I had, and I'm just going to stick that just underneath like that. Right on like that. Slide this in. I'm just going to leave the back blank, I think, for the minute, and I'll just pop a photo on there. And it just slots in like that. It's kind of pretty like this. Okay, now for this next page, it's actually the back of the envelope. We're going to create a little bit of interest and make a little sideways banner on here. Okay, now you need to cut out 3 little bits of paper and turn them into banners. Again, coordinating. 3 inch by 1 1/2 inches, 2 1/2 inches by 1 inch, and 2 2 3/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Oops, oh, I stuck that wrong side. We're going to do that, and then you need a strip of paper that's about 3 inches long, and that's going to lay across there. Actually just laying that across all three just to sort of bind them together. Okay, we're going to be decorating this page now, so what we need is a piece of paper that's 3.5 inches by 5 inches, and then we're going to need a circle. Just punch out a circle, coordinating colours, goes on top, and then you'll need a strip about 3.5 inches by about half an inch maybe, and you want to make that into a banner on both ends. Okay, and then we're just going to have a coordinating trinket of some description that's going to sit above that. There you have it, another spread done. Okay, next we're decorating this spread. First of all, we need a piece of paper for here, 3 3/4 by 4.5, and then I'm just going to place a sticker with some words down the bottom, and that's going to form that one. And for the other one, we just need a piece of paper that's 2.5 by 3.5, and I've already stuck a little sticker on there, and that's going to go there. Alright, now this lot's stuck down. What we need to do now is create a tag that goes inside here, and to do that we need a piece of card that's 4.5 by 3 3/4, and that'll fit in there nicely. I've already punched a little hole in the top of that because we're going to decorate it with a brad and some paper. Okay, but I would also like to put a little bit on the front of this, and so I've cut a piece 3 1/4 by 2 inches. I've already rounded the edges on that bit, and that's going to go there like that. Let's push the book out of the way so I can work on this. I'm going to round the edges of this one, just the bottom edges. Now I've already chosen a brad. I've got a piece of paper that is 3/4 of an inch wide and about 3 1/4 inches long. Just fold that in half and pierce a hole in that. I'm actually going to place that either side of this card. Line the hole up, line the brad up. What did I want this on this side? Turn it over, line the brad up, okay, and just pull it apart like that. Okay, don't mind if that sits on an angle, and then that's that side. And then this side here, in order to cover the brad, I've just got a heart, stuck some thick double-sided tape on. I'm just going to attach that at a slight angle just over the top here. So that's our card on the inside there, and I've just left it plain on this side. And I'm looking at it, I'm going to round these top corners. Okay, there we go. I do prefer it like that. And then we'll just slide it in to our pocket. Okay, and our album's almost done. Okay, we flip over to the last page. We've already done this one, and we're going to leave that one blank. Okay, so that is the album essentially constructed on the inside. Now what we need to do is get to putting the cover on. Okay, we're going to be attaching the ribbon to make the binding and then the covers. So you'll need to cut 4 pieces of ribbon at about, about 2.5 inches. Okay, and then just remove one of the strips of sticky tape from the front cover or front or back cover, and then the marks that we made this is the bottom of the book, and there's our first mark, which was at about 1/2 inch. I want you to just stick your ribbon just above that, okay? And then you go along and you stick your ribbon just above each of those marks. You have an even break at the top and the bottom. Then what I'd like you to do is grab another piece of double-sided tape and lay that over the ribbon, a little bit closer to the border, to the edge. Cut that a little bit long. Okay. And pull this off. And I've already stuck glue all over my cover. So now I'm just going to place that on here, like so. And like that. Okay. Alrighty, flip it over, do it all again. There you have your binding, like this. Okay, it allows your book to open and close, gives you a little bit of leeway with adding embellishments and photos and trinkets. Okay, we just need to decorate the front. Okay, now we're up to decorating the front cover. So as you can see, that is the front cover. Just make sure before you do it. Now I've just got I've got a series of flowers, a decoration, a sticker, a border, just basically to construct a personalised cover. Now I know this is going for a young girl's birthday, not too young, sort of 12-year-old, for her birthday. So I know that it's a birthday surprise, so yeah, okay. I've gone with the word surprise in a banner. Up the top, I've got a party dress, I've got some words and some flowers. So pretty much grab anything that that is going to personalise it and make it work for you. Basically the elements you want are some words, a banner across the top, some sort of element here that is largish, and then we're going to put some flowers. If you're doing it for a boy, I would foresee instead of flowers you might do leaves, wheels, clocks, anything that can be repeated. Okay, now just pop the dress there, pretty little party dress. Again, these are all 3D. Alright, now the format that I've used to design the flowers, I've sort of worked it out beforehand, is a double flower about there of one colour, another flower of sort of medium sort of size there, just a single flower. I was going to go with another one there, one up here, another one down there. So it's all sort of using dimensions, some things you want under, some things you want over. I'm just going to do that one sort of over there, and about there. It's a simple sort of element, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to stick with odd numbers, so 3 or 5 is a good way to go. It's just more pleasing to the eye. Okay, and you still want to be able to see the words, so there we go. There is our gorgeous front cover, personalised. I might even put an R over here because our little friend's name's Ruby, So happy birthday, Ruby, if you watch this. Okay, and then on the back cover, just so it's not so plain, and because we've used basic sort of paper, I've just cut a piece of card. This one had the words on it, but you could get one, just a plain piece of card, and then add a sticker to it that has words. And I'm just going to stick that to the back. So as you can see, we start off with something fairly sort of simple, and then we can add to it as we like. So a bit of a create your own story. This one's very sort of bright and lovely. Can you see all that? There we go. And because it's bigger and brighter, so still the pocket, we could fit 2 of these things here, and they have little tags that come out, flip over, again the tags, photo mats. I've only just made this, so I haven't added photos yet. Similar page there. This is actually made out of vellum, this envelope. That's just a mat there that I can put a photo on. Another little mat there. So you can see it's quite a different look with almost the exact same formula. Then over again, more photo mats, and then another little pocket down there. And it finishes like that. And again, same thing with the edges. Yeah, so go for it. I've actually made a little washi tape banner up the top, which I was pretty excited about. So if you have any ideas that you might like me to do or research, then just make a comment below, and yeah, share me and like me, and I'll make some more of these. Bye.